picture this.
It's 2016, and you're a massive Sonic fan who recently got into the games just a few years prior thanks to this gem. You find it to be a really fun and personality-filled adventure series that even motivates you to finally play video games that aren't Lego or Spider-Man branded. You get a taste of proper level design and cool gameplay, which makes you enraged because you suck at it, but you slowly push yourself to get better and better, until, eventually, it's one of the most fun games you have ever played. A series to stick with and remember forever, clearly. And then, just when it goes all quiet for a while, a sudden teaser is uploaded to the place only known as YouTube. One which shows the game series you like finally announcing a new entry. One which not only features elements and things you liked from the ones you already played, but hints at a much grander and interesting story as well. You get excited. You watch as many breakdowns and analysis videos as you can because you want to know everything and anything you can about it. Any little detail to get you more and more pumped with those goosebumps you just learned were a thing not too long ago. Alas, only so much can be found. Time moves on and eventually you get distracted by other announcements for other upcoming things, but the game still lurks in the back of your mind. What could it possibly be? Then, gameplay is shown. Gameplay showing a new level based off the teaser that you saw. It looks so cool. Buildings being destroyed, the main villain is clearly winning, and the heroes are desperate. Only so much can be done, but they, like any good story, won't give up. So they run amongst the ruins of this unnamed town and look awesome while doing so. Except, you notice something off. You suddenly see that the level looks cool, but it looks very basic. Almost boring? No, that can't be right. This probably is just the first level, probably at a tutorial stage or something, just to get the players uninitiated into the ways of Speedy Hedgehog. Meaning, you wait for more footage. And then more stuff gets announced. You continue to wait for more footage. And it looks almost the same as that first level. But you still continue to wait. You even gain a spark of hope once you get a hold of the spin-off title because it was fun! Surely things will turn out cool. I mean, come 2017, you aren't really interested in a lot of your favorite things for whatever reason, but you still want to see if the title that you've been waiting for will still be good, right? The whole game won't look like the first level which was shown off, could it? I mean, that'd be a bit lazy? At least even the gameplay wasn't impressive. You could rely on the story. That had to be something. Hopefully. Wait, why are you saying hopefully? Sure, the internet is starting to have doubts, but why you? You haven't touched it yet, and most things you tend to like anyway, even if they aren't the greatest. Sonic wouldn't put you in a situation of everything not being cool. Then the game comes out. You get it on Switch. You play the level known as Sunset Heights. And it was not the first level in the game.
Sonic Forces was a whole lot of nothing. It was a game which existed. A game that wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was just here. It had vague ideas which were cool, and it still had elements of the Sonic series that I really liked, but it felt lifeless. It didn't really do anything. There wasn't a moment of wow or holy frick like the rest of the Sonic games. And I think the biggest reason for that is its level design. It just wasn't creative. It was dull. It was almost too simple. It was And that probably didn't help with the fact that the controls weren't really the greatest, especially with Classic Sonic, who literally felt like a rock with legs. Hell, I didn't even bother to buy the DLC or anything in this game. I legitimately played it and just kind of left it. I had my Sonic fix, I guess. And honestly, now that I say that, it's quite sad, really. But the big level that I always kept coming back to was Sunset Heights. I always looked at this thing as not the cool level it once was, but rather the beginning of the end. A promise which was never a concept, just a vague idea that I came up with because of my excitement and hope for the game. 2017 comes and goes. I find other things to be happy about, like like the Marvel movies or the promise of new Doctor Who. And meanwhile, Sonic just sat in the background, gathering dust, waiting for that fateful day where it was gonna be cool again. So, 5 years later, the Sonic series gets rejuvenated. There's new movies, there's a new game, there's loads of other things that suddenly get attached, and huzzah! Sonic is actually, like I said, it's cool again. And Sonic Forces just becomes another time where the series wasn't at its greatest. A faded memory.
Picture this. It's now 2024, and out of nowhere, Sonic announces a remaster of a game which got you into the series, except this time with an addition. An entire chunk of it would have Shadow the Hedgehog as a playable character, and it would feature new levels, plot, and mechanics. You look at the animation and announcement with a solid, absolutely legendary... You found it neat, but you already own Generations, and Shadow wasn't really your favorite character of the series despite his cool character development and backstory. They never really did much with him afterwards because it seemed like Sega didn't know what to do with the poor anthropomorphic animal. You let it slip your memory and move on. And then it comes back. Again, and again, and again. You suddenly remember, oh yeah, Shadow is going to be in movie 3. Sega then declares it the year of Shadow. More gameplay gets shown of his Generations, and it looks pretty fun. But you still leave it alone, determined to still stick with this weird sense of disinterest. However, more advertising gets shown, a prequel animated series is announced, a DC tie-in is shown, and then later said prequel animated series comes out and it's freaking incredible! More footage and details of the game is shown, and it even looks more cool! And then the movie finally releases a trailer showing its story off, and then, you finally get convinced. You want the game. You want to see if it really lives up to the hype it's gaining. Sure, an entire portion of the game is something you've already played, but there are still some small differences, and it wouldn't hurt to get that game on another console, so at least you can bounce between both old and new. Meaning, you go up to your legal guardians, tell them about this cool game that you now suddenly want, and then proceed to be reminded of the recent money issues plaguing your house because of other reasons. No fear within this fearless year, though, as your friend says they are getting the game for their birthday, and they will allow you to see it. You become ecstatic, and finally, the day comes where it is in your friend's hands. You watch it as they boot it up. You see them play it. They eventually explore and do all the fun things, etc., 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 and it looks amazing. They eventually reach a certain level, though. One which looks eerily familiar, and then you see it. You know what it is. It's that level. The one reminding you of a time where the series wasn't as cool. Many questions flood the brain, like why is it here? Why would they even touch it again? And suddenly you remember how Generations was willing to go back to 06 and revamp their levels. Meaning, second chance. Could this be it? It couldn't be, could it? It's just a level. It's just a thing. And maybe you were taking this way too seriously, and then your friend plays it, it's great! Look at the thing! You can spin around, you can jump, and there's explosions, and it actually is a level, and it's badass, and you're Shadow the Hedgehog, and my God!
This game was a therapeutic experience. And while Sunset Heights is technically, I would argue, not the best level in the Shadow Generations portion, I don't care. That thing was way more fun than literally any level in Forces. So. Let me have this. You can go now.